Single-use plastics are plastic products which are designed to be thrown away after only one use. They are also known as disposable plastics because of this behaviour. In fact, half of all plastic produced is designed to be used only once. Single-use plastics are used in our day-to-day lives and can be found anywhere and everywhere. Some common examples of single-use plastics are plastic bottles, bottle caps, bags, straws, polystyrene takeaway containers, and food packaging. Plastic is such a widely used material. Some properties of plastic which make it so appealing are that it's lightweight, hygienic, cheap, and easily manufactured. Since the COVID-19 pandemic, the use of single-use plastics has become even more frequent. There has been an increased use of disposable cutlery, food containers, medical equipment, including disposable face masks, gloves, and test kits, and even more plastic packaging. It's estimated that globally, approximately 3.4 billion single-use face masks and shields are disposed of daily as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. There's also evidence that the pandemic may reverse the momentum of years of work battling to reduce plastic waste pollution globally. Global plastic production reached 381 million tonnes in 2019. Since the 1950s, the production of plastic has grown at a faster rate than that of any other material. It's estimated that more than 8.3 billion tonnes of plastic has been produced since the early 1950s. The most frequent use of single-use plastics is in plastic packaging. Plastics are typically used in packaging as they contribute to food safety and hygiene. As seen in the graph, packaging is the biggest plastic waste generating industry, producing 141 million tonnes of plastic waste in 2015 alone. And of all the plastic waste generated globally in 2015, almost 50% of it was used in plastic packaging. The problem with this is that plastics do not biodegrade. This means that all plastic that has ever been produced has and will end up in the environment in one way or another. Instead, plastics gradually break down into smaller fragments known as microplastics. Microplastics are too small to be easily seen by the human eye. However, they have detrimental effects on the environment. Microplastics get ingested by marine life and can consequently be found in humans. The annual consumption of microplastics by humans is estimated to be 55,000 per year via seafood. Larger plastics accumulated in the natural environment also cause terrible problems. 8 million tonnes of plastic ends up in our oceans each year, and if current trends continue, by 2050 our oceans could contain more plastic than fish, along with around 12 billion tonnes of plastic litter in landfills and the natural environment.
We currently live in what's referred to as a linear economy, an economy that promotes make, use, dispose philosophy in pursuit of economic growth. This reveals to us the need for a lot of systematic change in order to achieve a more circular economy model. We are here to talk about the way social media can be used as a tool for sustainable marketing in order to influence the reduction of single-use plastics in the pursuit of a circular economy. Social media allows for sustainable marketing ideas such as sense and respond and guide and go create. These marketing strategies often rely on social media campaigns to reach an ever-growing population of young people online. These consumers' responsive strategies allows for techniques such as societal marketing, which holds the organisers' task to determine the needs, wants, and interests of target markets and to deliver in a way that preserves or enhances the consumers' and society's well-being. Social media can be used as a tool in a way to communicate and engage in the same space, allowing for diverse channels of feedback flows. In other words, connecting to the consumer in order to understand, reach, and market anti-single-use plastic marketing.
Within the UK, the government are taking steps towards reducing the nation's usage of single-use plastic by creating relevant policies to help guide people's behaviour. Some key policies have been introduced in recent years to help shape changes in people's habits when it comes to plastic. One such policy is the introduction of plastic bag charges. On the 5th of October 2015, major supermarkets had to charge at least 5p per plastic bag. This was not a tax as such that the government collects, but supermarkets had to give the money to a good cause of their choice and report to the government who received the money. As of 2020, all retailers, no matter their size, must charge a minimum of 10p for every single-use plastic bag. This has proven effective in encouraging people to bring their own reusable bags shopping rather than buying them every time. Between the years 2019 and 2020, major supermarkets collectively reported to supplying 564 million single-use plastic bags, seeing a reduction of 7.4 billion bags. compared to 2014 before the charge was introduced. Microbeads are another type of single-use plastic. These are especially dangerous as they are easily released into watercourses, as they used to be added to many cosmetic products. As of the 9th of January 2018, a ban was put in place on their production to be included in personal care products, soon followed by the ban on their sale on June 19 that same year. This is a very modern issue and policy is ever evolving. One of the latest policies that is due to come into force in April 2020 is the introduction of plastic packaging tax. This will be at a rate of £200 per tonne of plastic packaging that has less than 30% recycled content. This should encourage companies to reconsider how they produce their packaging. Zero Waste Scotland have a dedicated article promoting the use of social media platforms to individuals, councils, NGOs, and other interested organisations to prevent litter and fly tipping. The website encourages the use of imagery websites such as Instagram and suggests crowdsourcing images to drive home the scale of the problem, which also brings in aspects of societal marketing. Here are some examples. Glasgow City Council use a mix of photography and eye-catching graphics to highlight community issues and encourage people to take ownership of their local area. Keep Britain Tidy uses graphic images of fly tipping that shock consumers into facing the reality of the situation. It also encourages people to report litter hotspots with hashtags such as GrotSpots, which reveals the ability and ease of encouraging direct engagement through social media. Glasgow's Environmental Task Force uses Facebook and Twitter to give the public a voice, using the platform for educational posts and clear and achievable steps for the public to incorporate into their lifestyle with ease.
Catherine Kellogg, a 25-year-old print shop employee who started her blog Going Zero Waste in 2015, says she posts on Instagram and Facebook as well as her blog. A multimedia platform approach is something that is used by most zero waste bloggers. It allows word of reducing plastic package waste to get to the masses of young people living in the social media generation. Kellogg herself boasts 10,000 unique page views a month and has 800 subscribers.
Zero waste bloggers agree on at least one thing. Anyone can participate in waste reduction practices. Kellogg adds, I think absolutely anyone can participate. It's to what degree they can. Many bloggers use the lead by example theory. Cecilia Risto says, the people around me, I'm modelling what small daily actions can look like. In a generation formed and sustained on influencers and social media, we see this process used by marketing companies, so why not use this social media as a tool to influence the media generation into not using plastic packaging? Dr. Daniel Kramer, Professor of Energy at UC Berkeley, says, seeing zero waste become part of the social dialogue is a wonderful first step. Kramer says the benefit of using social media as a tool for waste reduction and identifying the need to quantify waste in personal households in order to fully communicate that waste lurks in many corners. Tara Pelletier, co-founder of sustainable personal care brand Meow Meow Tweet, has said zero waste Instagram influencer Laura Singer is responsible for making our particular shampoo bar popular because she's basically just said that she washes her hair with it. This is an example of how social media has a direct causal benefit to reducing plastic packaging, and the same process is repeatable throughout the community due to societal marketing approach in which influencers can market sustainability and for their followers.
An article published by McKinsey in December 2020 revealed the public's perception on packaging by going inside the minds of global consumers. The article revealed that there has been a rise in demand for food packaging due to hygiene concerns related to the COVID-19 pandemic. However, the article also revealed that consumers see sustainability as being increasingly important as we emerge from COVID-19, which confirms a demand for more sustainable packaging without the use of single-use plastics. In all countries that McKinsey surveyed, the majority said they were even willing to pay more for sustainable packaging across end-use areas. So there's a demand and consumers are willing to pay for sustainability. Social media will spread the message and show companies that this is the community demand.
The social media approach relies heavily on the ability to represent and market to peers. One major issue within the movement is the lack of diverse representation, which is required to spread the message to all consumers. Rob Greenfield, a male zero waste blogger, has said that despite this, He doesn't feel isolated by it because it doesn't matter to him whether his comrades are male or female. However, he also adds, I find great joy and passion in my work, which suggests that males do feel accepted in the community. However, the issue lies in the encouragement for males to get started in the female-dominated industry. This issue arises from the role women often fill as primary purchasers in the household. Therefore, more diversity is needed to be achieved, and we suggest a focus of the start of this process and letting the community support from within thereafter.
In order to portray obtainable and realistic expectations of reducing single-use plastics, it's important to present a clear obtainable goal. The face of the movement has been criticised as being unattainable. The imagery you see on social media of sustainability is often its most visually appealing form, which presents the danger of unrealistic goals turning people off the idea of sustainability. However, social media still allows us to relate and interact with companies, influencers, and other sustainable-minded consumers, especially by using a multimedia, multi-platform approach, with definable goals. Consumers are able to customize systems of single-use plastic reduction into their own routines. Anne-Marie Bonnu, another zero waster, uses a more practical approach to the movement and has been praised for this. Bonnu advocates that even if people take small actions because of their influence, this is a positive in battling single-use plastic pollution. As she says, we need millions of people doing it imperfectly.
Social media could be a useful tool if utilised properly. It has the advantage of being a platform that accepts many types of mixed media, such as written messages, photos and videos, which can be used to grab the attention of different types of audiences that respond differently. It can be used to expose people to situations that are occurring all over the world, such as the impact on turtles that poor behaviours in the UK can have. It could be used to emphasise that it's a world issue that requires a collective effort. If the government would set clear, attainable goals through policy, councils could use social media to reach all age groups and demographics, especially the young and impressionable generations, in order to create sustainable community marketing relating to single-use plastic.